Let's talk. This is going to be my most hey, this is gonna be my most unprepared film ever, or let me say YouTube video ever. Are you still hungry? Are you hungry? We've just eaten. Let's try. Where's my food heater? Okay, I have it here. One record check. Check. Heat food. Heat food. Let me check something. 1 minute. This food is still cold. This food is still cold. So wait a minute. Wait a minute. Ta, 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 ta. Wait. So wait. She's extremely hungry. So if you're checking the time now, what is the time? The time is around ah 5 minutes past 3, and we are both here together. So this is my daughter, and she's extremely hungry. So she woke up about 30 minutes ago. I had already fed her, but she kind of sorry. So I had already fed her, but I think what's happening right now is that you have already exhausted what is in your belly, and you want to. Oh, somebody is calm, but not for long. I'm sure she's not gonna be calm for long. Are you always hungry? So my daughter came out, or let me say she was delivered at 2.5 kilogram. And in 2 days, she lost about 200 grams. So we left the hospital at 2.3 kilogram. So tiny a baby. So if you're looking at her now, thinking she's small, just imagine what she was like 2 weeks ago. She's 2 weeks old right now. And yeah, that's the spirit. Somebody might be asking, where is mom? Well, mom's shift is over. It's my shift now. So because of my schedule, I take the night shift. Yeah. 1 minute, I'm heating your food. It's almost ready. So what mom does is that during the day she pumps milk. We save it in the fridge or freezer, and over the night I just tend to warm the food. There's a Chinese or something. I don't want to say Chinese. There's a sterilizer warmer for the food warmer here. So put it there, and we warm the food for her. No, 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 no. So we just warm the food, and she gets to eat as quickly as possible. You're hungry, hungry. So she woke up about 3 hours ago. So I fed her, cleaned her up, and she slept off. Now it's another time. It's another round for food. Mm, food, girl, food. So now she's about to eat. I think she's just going to feed something little and sleep as quickly as possible. But I want to talk to you, girl. I want to talk to you. So, like I was saying, let me take some. Shh. Food is almost ready. Food is almost ready. Food is almost ready. Food is ready. So, mommy takes over the morning shift, which is from. Let me start from mine. So once I come back from work in the evening. Oh no! Don't spoil this video. I'm coming. Food is. I am preparing your food, literally. Okay. And imagine. Don't even assume or don't even take to cognizance what's in my background. That right there is all called baby settings. So like I was saying, so I come back in the evening. Once I come back in the evening and I meet the baby sleeping, I sleep immediately. Maybe let's say 9 to 10. So that when she wakes up around 12, 1 o'clock, we wake up together. I feed her, I clean her up, and we sleep again. So starting from 12 o'clock or midnight, we only sleep maybe 2 hours. For example, she woke up at 1, sorry, maybe past 12, 1. And I'm not sure if you can see the clock. What am I doing here? So the clock is around here. Don't mind the background. So she wakes up around 12, 1, fed her. Then now it's to 3. So the next time she's gonna wake up is gonna be around, maybe to 6. So what happens is that once I feed her, and she sleeps. I have to sleep as quickly as possible. Is it ready? 1 minute. I have to sleep as quickly as possible so that we get to wake up together. So that way, at least I manage 2 to 4 or 5 hours of sleep before morning time. So what happens in the morning is that the mom takes over. Not really takes over. The nanny takes over. The nanny comes around 9 o'clock in the morning. She takes over, and so that gives the mom and I. Sometimes I sleep in the morning when I don't have anything to do, and the mom also takes her time to relax something because once it's around 3 p.m. I have to go to work. So going to work puts mom totally in charge from maybe 12 o'clock or 1 o'clock when the nanny is part-time. Yeah, we can't afford, let me put it that way, afford. And also we, yeah, that's the first thing, affordability. And also, yeah, I mean, it's kind of expensive here, and also, well, it's expensive everywhere. And also it's just about you are hungry, hungry, hungry. And also, it's just also about that so far we still. Oh, our voice might cover what I'm recording. It's also the fact that we're not even sure. We might need it that much since we're doing something. We're doing something cool also. See your shining face. Shiny, shiny face. God, look at your cheeks. Whew. Sorry, food is almost ready. And that's the spirit. Let's talk about something. I want to talk about how I met you, girl. How did we meet? That was today's today is Thursday. So you are 2 weeks and 1 day old. 2 weeks and 1 day old. So over 2 weeks ago, we went to the hospital. I'll be right back. Ah, your food is ready. Your food is ready. So this is to quantify how, so to put into perspective how well she eats. Let me put it that way. Right now, about stop it. Food is here. Food is here. Let me just put something in her mouth and okay. I think it's warm enough. It's warm. It's it's not close. Shh. Shh. 1 minute. 1 minute. This is not well covered. This is not well covered. Okay, come on. Eat. To put into perspective what she eats or how well she eats. Okay, take, baby. I'm here. Take here, here, here. Hoorah! Ooh, first taste. She has something. When something enters her mouth, she takes her time, and I have to apply the second time or third before she latches onto it. I don't know why. Is she like she's? Yeah, we're good. Are you hungry or not? You're hungry. You've got to eat. I didn't switch off the. 1 minute. Take a minute. I didn't switch off the heater. Okay. So there's the remote control, so I don't have to run helter skelter. Go. Let's go. 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 Woo! Now here we go. Here we go. So to put into perspective how big she has gotten right now, when she was born 2 weeks ago, my baby was feeding on just 10 milliliter, right? 10 ml of breast milk back then. So we have progressed from 10 ml, and now at week 2, 1 day, she now takes about 90 ml. Big girl, right? She was so tiny back then. And that brings us back to the story. Where do I start from? Where do I start from this interesting story? We had already registered to go for the cesarean section, right? The CS. I've forgotten. I should have checked the pronunciation before coming here. So we had registered to go for that, and we got there on a Tuesday. We were scheduled for Wednesday. That's Tuesday, 28th of January, and scheduled for Wednesday, 29th of January. We got there. It was pretty cool. It was amazing. Let me put it that way. It was amazing. We got there. It was a private suite, which made me go in. One thing I noticed at first was the fact that I was practically, well, it's a male ward, and I was practically the only husband there. most people there are women and their mothers. So I was the only husband, which is expected. I'm a foreigner, we're in a foreign country, and we really don't have extended family members here. So I was with my wife. Of course, I would, even if we had family members, I think I would have chosen to be with her. She would have chosen me to be with her because you are only expected to have one person in your private suite. So I think she would go with me. I'm confident of that. So I was with her and we just settled it. It was like an apartment. We settled in straight away. I'll try to put the videos here. So we settled in straight away. Then she started walking. Then doctors came, settled us in, signed some documents, and I have a lot of story I should have said before, but I'll keep going back and forth. Hopefully, we can make something work. They started checking her up. I think she was hooked to something checking the heartbeat of the mom and daughter. And yeah, they checked that for a while, told her not to eat. But we had already ordered some, some lagman. How do I explain lagman in this language? Some like some spaghetti, something like that. Or all this. There's a name for it. It's inside a box with shrimps and meat. I have forgotten the name. So we had already ordered them, and my wife had to feast on them. Thank God she did. So they told her starting from 6 o'clock, she had to stop eating. You better eat, girl, because yeah, eat. So whenever she's eating, she sleeps off. So I try to tickle her leg to wake her back up, and then now she's back up. So finish the food. Then, well, 6 o'clock that day, family, moms, cold, sisters, everybody. We did a lot of things and we just talked about that. And she slept off. She had to sleep as quickly as possible. That was her first time sleeping before 8 o'clock. She was tired though. I noticed that because she was walking health as scatter there. Oh, somebody's full already. Let me try to belch her and leave. Come on, fun. Ooh, sorry. Okay, you need to. So back to my story, Wiki. Ooh, ooh. Hey, you must have heard that. So, mhm. So long story short, I couldn't sleep. Woke up. They discovered some issues with her heart, and the doctors refused to carry out some operations, and we had to go to a specialist. It was a long story. We did that. They discovered the heartbeat was high, and that's it. They said no, they were going to do the operation. So we had to confirm from another specialist hospital, then go back to our hospital for the operation. Finally, a surgery scheduled for 6 o'clock was eventually like commenced at past 11. And at this time, I just couldn't sleep. I was just praying. I just kept praying. And prior to that, they already told me that I could not go with my wife. I don't know why. I have seen pictures, or let me say videos, of men in the operating theater or delivery rooms with their wives. So I thought, I'm going to make it. But before that time, the doctor told me that if if I were to go with them into the operating theater, that it had never happened. If I were to go, I needed to make an X-ray of myself to show, like, to present my X-ray, and that was still not a probability that I shouldn't even bother myself. So I was like, okay, I was just going to stay close, just like I'm from Nigeria. We've seen a lot of Nigerian films, right? Where you stay maybe by the door or at the entrance, waiting for the doctor to come out of that door and tell you the good news. Well, it doesn't work that way. It doesn't work that way at all. So I was told to stay in the room while they wheeled her out. Now, for I was told she's gonna be back in 40 minutes. The operation was gonna be for 40 minutes, and I was there. Oh, you asleep already? The operation was gonna be for 40 minutes. I was there for about 1 hour. No, for 50 minutes. I couldn't sit. I was just praying, singing, praying, singing. I remember this one song, um, Omema, is always on time. You can't do no wrong. Omema, Omema is like God's name. You're always on time. You can't do no wrong. There's no wrong that would come out of the situation. You're always on time. And yeah, my God does what He says He will do. Bible passages. I kept praying, and I just couldn't take it anymore. So I walked out of the room to the walkway, or let me say corridor. When I walked out, I saw two nurses coming towards my direction. And here, these nurses don't even wear uniforms like that. They just wear like shrubs, or yeah, of course, shrubs are uniforms, right? They were coming towards my direction and holding something. It was so small. Like it was just in the nurse was holding the thing is like in a just like my mouse, just the way I would hold this mouse like this, and she used another hand to cover. So the hands were like it's like you're holding a pawpaw. She's not as big as this. This is big. This is big. I hope I have the confidence to share the video. And it asked me to go back to the room with them. I went back to the room. All I was asking is, "Where's my wife? Where's my wife?" Because based on the information I had before, the hurt situation and the likes, based on that, and immediately they told me to strip. They took off my shirt, took off my singlet, and they told me to sit. Uh, I didn't not even argue with them because they're professionals, of course. They told me to sit in bed and relax, like in the lying position. Immediately, they unwrapped the baby and they put her straight to my face. I wasn't expecting that. Sorry. Mhm. I wasn't expecting that. So I pushed back, not pushed back, but I was gentle about, wait, what are you doing? Where's my wife? You haven't. And remember, everything we're talking about here is in Russian. So the Russians, it's not an English speaking country. So they have their way of doing things. And they wanted me to smell my baby. I think they were trying to look for that connection, but I wasn't in the mental space. Sincerely, throughout I had already watched a lot of thousands of that university videos on YouTube. I never found a way or found a video that prepared me mentally for meeting my daughter or my child. I never found a video. Let me put her in a very better position. Ooh, 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 ooh. Yeah, stay like this. It's gonna be better. Mm-hmm. Hey, baby, you want to stretch? No. Okay. Okay. So, no video prepared me for no video prepared me for meeting my daughter. And they were pushing this thing at the time, sorry. At the time, they were pushing her to my face to smell. She still had this white cream baby stuff on her face or body all through. And the movement, that was not what I just wanted to know what was happening. And they said, okay, just put this baby on your chest. They put her on my chest, and I froze. I froze. I didn't know what to do. And sincerely, the first thing that came to mind was I was just praying. Because prior to that, my mom already called me. And thank God she did. She told me, they're going to give you your daughter. And when they give you your daughter, just pray. Just keep praying. Don't wait for anything. Don't do anything. Just keep praying and prophesying into your daughter's life. So I kept praying. And this baby was this baby started to cry again. She was wrangling. I wouldn't say I was scared, but at that point I was indifferent. I didn't know if what I was feeling at the time was anger, love, excitement, fear. It was a mix of these stuff together. I wanted them to give me something about my wife. They were saying nothing. They were just looking at me and they understood me clearly. They were waiting for something to happen. I was waiting for something to happen. They wanted me to interact with the baby. I wanted them to tell me about my wife. And I think what happened at the time was, this baby started wrangling, something similar to this, but she was way high up straight to my chest, and I was lying down. She wrinkled and opened her eyes and looked into me like she had this upward, just like she's doing right now, but she was around here. So she looked at me, crying. You know, it was like somebody crying for help, like help me. And I think that was the point. I looked down and for some moment I touched her. Apart from the right hand I used to hold her to stop her from falling, I was intentional about touching her. This time around, let me talk to you, girl. So I touched you and I was like, oh, my daughter is here. How you go? And we stared at each other for some minutes, just looking. I know at the point she couldn't see me. I know I've read that babies at that age couldn't see or can't see. So I know it was blurry, but the fact that she knew somebody was talking and she knew she was in contact with somebody's flesh was a precious moment. It was a precious moment for me, and it still is. So we kept looking at each other, and the nurses, it was so silent. The baby cooled off, and she went, ooh, and that was it. And I kept petting her, and I kept praying for her, kept praying for her, and she was looking at me like, what's this one saying? I kept praying, and I think it got to a point, tears started to come up, and immediately that happened, the nurses started asking for the mom's stuff. Where's the mom's diaper, the mom's everything, clothes, and everything. Thank God I was the one that packed. Because when I was packing, I was able to know where some of this stuff were. But because of the commotion and my position, I couldn't stand up and hand them, hand the stuff over to the nurses. I had to describe with my mouth, not seeing the bag. So remember, the mom is not there, and now the father is practically immobile. So I had to describe everything, the panties, everything in different bags because we had mini bags inside the bigger um, delivery bag. So I had to describe. Funny enough, the bag had fallen while when the nurse picked up the bigger bag. So she was telling me, I knew I had packed two smaller bags. So the nurse was telling me there's only one blue bag. And remember, everything is in Russian. And trust me, if you want to know how anger feels, or let me say, you don't try English language, try German and Russian. So these guys were like, где сумка? Это просто один синий сумка. And I was like, it's not just not one. There are two. Uh, and thank God these guys are professionals. I think I should drop you. Yeah, I'm gonna drop you. My voice is kind of, the vibration is affecting her, but she's good now. So she wakes up in the next 2 hours also, or three, all things being equal. I told them to check. There was a second bag. So they looked under the bed. Hola, the bag was right there. So they picked it up, picked everything that pertained to the mom, and ran back. Immediately I knew, okay, so which means somebody had paged them about the mom. So something probably happened, and they paged them to bring the stuff for the mom. That was enough hope for me. And I kept telling my daughter, Mom is coming, Mom is coming. Not that I had hope. I was actually praying that to the mom, to the daughter, to my daughter. So I was looking at her and I said, I am your dad, Mom is coming. I am your dad, Mom is coming. And that was just in the hope, praying and making it happen. As I was doing that, my sister and my sister-in-law, which is my wife's sister, were both pinging me. So the first thing I did was just to show them proof of. I just took a selfie with my phone. I had already asked the nurse to bring my phone and my wife's phone to me. So I took a selfie with my phone and showed to them that I have my daughter, but I'm still waiting for my wife. So they probably were praying over there too. And that was how it all happened. I didn't see my wife for until maybe let me say 4 or 5 hours after. I kept asking, "Where's my wife?" They said she had been cleaned up. She was in ICU or something, but they didn't let me go there. But I was able to tell those guys, I need something now. So I asked the doctor to send me proof of proof of life. So the doctor went into the ICU with a phone, took a picture of my wife. By this time, they had taken the baby away from me to do another skin to skin with the mom. So they took a picture of my wife with the baby in the ICU, sent it back to me, and that was what gave me peace. That okay, she's smiling. She made did a trademark. Oh, hi, my life stuff, and that was what gave us peace. That okay, she's here. A lot more to talk about. A lot more to talk about. The way she was so tiny, like 2.5 kilogram. Now she's over 3, but she was so tiny back then. A lot more to talk about. I think I'm still going to maybe regroup. The reason I'm just doing this is she refused to sleep. I made a video. You probably will have more of this in future. So let's see how it goes. Somebody is about to go to bed. I need to transfer her to bed. So let me see that. And this dressing, oh god, that's daddy's job, right? I also had to put some things together. Mommy is gonna help in the morning, and mm, I am happy to see you, to have you here. Let me talk to you. Oh, no, I'll make another video about that. Another video. That will be another video. So let's stop here today. She's she's fun to be with, and everything now. It's so fun. Yeah, I might look sleep deprived, but it's a beautiful experience having her here. Yeah, every beat. Even when I'm at work, it's always where's she? What's she doing? What's she up to? It's always that experience. It's beautiful. And she kind of, I think she's gonna take after me in terms of the physical stuff. She looks kind of like me, not the mom. Yeah, power. So, yeah, bye bye.